Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Donovan, also known as I'm Hard for Hardbop on both Instagram and YouTube. And today I'm gonna be going over some of my most recent vinyl finds. I know I posted maybe last month about my most recent vinyl finds, and lately I've been really enjoying YouTube. I've been enjoying posting on Instagram, and so I kind of want to be more active. Um, it's still in the beginning of the term for me, so I have a little more free time, but I have a lot of events now. I'm bored for, 2 clubs, and it's been very hectic, but I've been picking up records, which is awesome. Yeah, before we get into the records though, I do want to thank everyone for watching my videos. My last video got like 1,000 views, which is for me a lot. I only have I have almost 200 subscribers, which is in itself crazy. Like, I would never imagine 200 people watching my videos and subscribing. So that's awesome. But yeah, it really encouraged me to make more videos. A lot of people like them, and I love sharing my experiences and my records and my taste. So yeah, I think it's really cool. Before we get into the records though, I do want to talk about, I did recently got to see Anthony Braxton, who is an amazing jazz musician. He's I would probably say one of the best free jazz artists in the world, like musicians in general. He's an amazing musician. For me, I like free jazz. Some of it's a little bit more accessible to me, and some of it isn't. And I'm slowly getting into it. I really enjoyed his performance, though. I think all doubts that I had were sort of, cut off. When I hear him play, everything just makes sense, regardless of if to other people it just sounds like a bunch of noise. You can just tell that, he must have went through some stuff in life, and, whatever pain or burden he faced, and all that stuff, when he's playing on stage, it definitely, those burdens are sort of lifted from him. And yeah, he's an amazing artist. I remember when he finished his second set. So he did a set and then an intermission and then his second set. After his second set, we gave him a standing ovation, and he got really emotional, which is really cool. He deserved all the accolades in the world. My only regret was I wish I got to meet him and talk to him. I had the opportunity to actually listen to his music before, and I think it was David Holland's record on ECM. It was one of them. It was like Conference of the Birds or something like that. And I know him and Sam Rivers were on that record. And I love that record. It's amazing. So, and if it's on the ECM, so anything on ECM is great. But I did have the opportunity to pick up a poster. It was like a limited edition poster. I think it's sold out too, but super cool. Anthony Braxton. So you can see it says name and then like the venue where it was held. But it was awesome. Yeah, super, super cool. I cannot wait to frame this and put it in my room or something. But yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the records. This first record is one that I wanted for a really long time. It was in, I think it said I added it on my Discogs want list in 2020. So I started collecting, I think, for a year before I opened my Discogs account. And this is one of the earlier records that I put on. It's one of my favorite records to listen to at night. I didn't think I would ever get an original just because they've been getting so expensive recently. In terms of either an original or even like a second or a third press, they just get crazy expensive. And I sort of told myself, you know what, I think I'll probably just go ahead and pick up the most recent EU reissue. And a lot of people said that sounds really good, so I was pretty content with it. However, I had the opportunity to pick this one up recently. This is Gerry Mulligan's Nightlights. An amazing album. I love the cover. It looks super cool. It's on that Philips label. Amazing. I love how it sounds in stereo. I love mono, but some of the stereo stuff sounds great as well. Gerry Mulligan, I believe, as well as Jim Hall, Dave Bailey, Bill Crow, Art Farmer, and Bob Brookmeyer. This album is such a mood setter. It's amazing. Like I said, it's one of my favorite albums to listen to at night when I'm winding down and I just, ate dinner, did the dishes. Now I'm on the couch, probably writing some emails, doing some work. But yeah, this is really nice, super clean. There are some like marks, however, no seam splits at all. Really nice. Only slight foxing, and this is like, it's from here just because this is where the shrink ended, because this was in the shrink. I bought this and I just took the shrink off because it was pissing me off, and I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. So I just ripped it off. And then but the wax is even cleaner. The wax is super clean. I would say it's VG plus all around. Maybe even excellent, near mint, whatever the hell. I don't understand the gold mine standards, but yeah. Anyways, super nice. It plays really well. This album, front to back, amazing. The next 5 are all Bill Evans titles. So earlier this year, I talked about picking up Waltz for Debbie. That was my biggest want on my want list. It was the number 1 grail for me. I picked up a second stereo press, and then I more recently picked up the new OJC reissue. My second stereo copy is a little bit rough. There is some surface noise, so it is a little bit distracting to listen to. So I picked up the OJC, and I love it. It sounds amazing. Highly recommend. I got it for $30 because the copy at my record store was actually open. So I think they opened it to demo it, and they couldn't, obviously charge it at a retail price. So they lowered to the 30. And I looked at it and I was like, this is completely fine. It's just open. And so I ended up picking it up. So yeah. But anyways, these next 5 records are ones that I picked up throughout the year. And yeah, this first one was Everybody Digs Bill Evans. Original. No, it's not original. Sorry. This is a third mono press. An original will have RLP 12-291. This one has RM. And then I think the jacket has RS on it. So this is sort of like a third, in between a second and a third press. I have no idea, but yeah, really cool. Side 2, Tenderly and Peace Peace. Those 2 tracks are the ones for me. Yeah, Bill Evans, Sam Jones, and then Philly Joe Jones. Highly recommend. I love the cover. I always love the cover on this one. As you can see, there's slight ring wear, but nothing crazy on that one. The next 2 are sort of like a package deal. So when I was in high school, maybe 2019, I was watching a lot of Bob Bradley's videos. He is someone in the VC. He does some jazz videos here and there. He loves rock as well, blues, funk, soul, all of them. And he did a video where he found this first one right here. This is Bill Evans, The Paris Concert Edition 1. And I also picked up Edition 2. So these right here on the Electro Musicians label. If I'm not mistaken, these are Bill Evans's last ever recordings. He died shortly after this, which is very unfortunate. And after listening to these 2, I would probably confidently say that this was Bill Evans at his highest, at his height. I tend to use the analogy of like athletes, so I'll use the analogy of athletes. A lot of athletes, when they're at their peak, they tend to not stay there very long, right? There's always that they're like ascending into that peak at their height, and then you can definitely see that there's sort of like that decline towards the end of their career. With Bill Evans, it wasn't really like that. He did stuff well into the 70s and to the early 80s before he passed away. And even though these 2, sessions were his last recordings, you can just tell that he still had it in him, and he was, only evolving from there. So, highly recommend those. Those are very cheap. I got it from the same seller, and so I got a good price out of it. So, highly recommend for sure. Next one up. This is one that I picked up on eBay, really cheap. It was a really good deal. It went for a really good price, and it's super clean. This is Moonbeams by the Bill Evans Trio. Original stereo. So it's an original stereo press. This one's super clean. Like, you can probably eat off of this, but yeah, really nice, super nice, really glossy. Yeah, really cool. I believe Chuck Israels is the bass on here with Paul Motion on drums. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Chuck Israels is on bass. But only two Bill Evans compositions. It's the first track, it's the opening track, and then the last track on side 2. Other than that, they kind of cover standards. Another really good, Riverside title. If you guys listen to Velvet Underground, you guys know who Nico is. If I'm not mistaken, Nico is the woman on this cover, so that's a really cool fun fact that I did not know. Yeah, really good price, original stereo press. And then the last one is another original stereo press. This one, I would have not been able to pick this up if it wasn't for Ilya. Ilya Pisman. Ilya is amazing. Ilya, if you're watching this, he usually watches my videos as well. He is an amazing friend. Someone I talk to, every once in a while on the VC. And he's always hooking it up. He's always hooking up people. I know he sent Ryan a few records. I know if you follow Trent's Records on Instagram and YouTube, you know him. Ilya sent him some stuff, and he actually sent me this listing on Discogs, and he told me, hey, this is a really good deal. I think you should pick it up. You're probably never going to find this. And he was right. I ended up picking this up. So as you can see, the cover is blank. It's a generic cover, and that's because I bought only the record. It didn't come with the cover. But it was Bill Evans, Portrait in Jazz. This is an original stereo press, and it is clean. Super clean. So, yeah, I'm in the market for an original stereo jacket. So, yeah, I'm not really interested in selling the disc, so please do not ask me. I had so many people ask me, would you sell the disc? No, I'm not going to sell the disc, but if you have an original stereo jacket, hit me up. I'm willing to buy for sure. So yeah, those are the Bill Evans titles. The next 6 are going to be from Ryan, right? So if you guys don't know Ryan, also known as a man in his music, amazing guy, someone that I talk to in the VC all the time, probably the closest friend I've made in the VC. Him and I are always talking, and yeah, he's amazing. But him and I do this thing where we send each other records. We do this thing where I'm on the West Coast, so there are some things on the West Coast that he doesn't have over on the East Coast. So I'll send him like care packages, the BCLT stuff, where I'll send him like contemporary. I know there's not a lot of ECM over there as well for some reason. Things like that. And so this is the next 4 are the ones that he most recently sent to me. This next one, or this first one, sorry, is one that I've been looking for a while. Fun fact, I knew about this album in middle school. Didn't put 2 and 2 together that it was, or I listened to a track on this album, loved it, didn't put 2 and 2 together that it was from this album. And yeah, I'm very glad I finally have it. This is Blossom Dearie Sings. The track that I was talking about was Baby You're My Kind. An amazing track. Probably my favorite track on here. This album front to back is amazing. It's on Daffodil, which is the label that Blossom Dearie founded so that she can release her music. I think it was after her contract with Verve expired. So obviously everyone knows, the stuff she did on Verve in the mid 50s to like the 60s. But here she's amazing. I love her playing on here. I think she plays the Fender Rhodes, which is very interesting. It kind of reminds me of like some of that lo-fi type music. It's really good. I highly recommend this. I actually have a listing on eBay saved for this album, or just her stuff in general, and I missed out on this title, and I was super upset because it went for a good price. However, the person who bought it was Ryan, so he bought this, and he sent it to me. So I'm very happy with this. So thank you so much, Ryan. Yeah, really good. Highly, highly recommend for sure. I know he has a signed copy, which is amazing. Like I've never, yeah, whatever. I don't even know, but that's awesome. The next album is George Cable's Vision. This right here is on Contemporary. Super cool. Late 70s, early 80s. You know, kind of like that. It has some veins of like hard bop, but definitely that post bop, some avant-garde. But this album is a crazy good. I was not expecting this. I remember I would see this in the bins and stuff, and I would never pick it up. And didn't realize it was on Contemporary. And I kind of regret it because now, you know, I waited this long to pick it up. But it sounds so good. Highly recommend. It sounds amazing. So thank you so much, Ryan. This next one was one that I was not familiar with. This is Elvin Jones Live, the Town Hall, and this is the memorial concert for John Coltrane. So this is right after he passed away. There's Elvin Jones, Frank Foster, Chick Corea, Gene Perla, and then Joe Farrell. This one is it's a spiritual experience in my opinion. I listened to this I think 2 nights ago, and you know, there's only 2 tracks, one on each side. It's like 20 minutes plus each, and yeah, it sounds amazing. I was just sucked into the music, and yeah, it's awesome. So highly recommend. And I'm pretty sure it's not too expensive either. I'm pretty sure it's like pretty cheap. It's pretty affordable. So thank you so much, Ryan. And then this next one is one that I was actually looking for a long time. I actually had an original of this, but it was pretty rough. This copy is definitely a lot cleaner. And this right here is Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie by Ella Fitzgerald. Ryan and I were huge vocal jazz fans, as you guys can tell. You know, I know some people think it's weird. I get it. It's kind of wonky at times, but I love, you know, vocal jazz. But yeah, this is not an original, I think. I think it's like maybe like a later pressing, but it sounds, it looks really clean. The wax, I would say, is VG Plus for sure. Really clean. There's just like some scuff marks, but those probably don't affect play. Probably just from the paper scuffs. But super good. I cannot wait to clean this. I'm probably going to clean this right after and listen to it because I have some free time later today. So those are the 4 that he sent me. The next 2, or the last 2 that from him, were ones that I bought. So recently, maybe a few weeks back, he had the opportunity to purchase a Grail, his number 1 want for sure. It was an original white label promo of Live at Birdland, and I've never seen one of those before. I've never seen them go up for auction. I think I saw one, but it went for like stupid money. But and this one was like a near mint copy, and he immediately reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna sell some stuff," and he sent me like I think 20 records. Like, let me know if you're interested in any of these. And I was interested in one. We negotiated a price for one, and then he actually sent me another one. He's like, "Hey, I think you'd like this. Are you interested?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm very interested." So the one that he threw in was this one right here. This is Eric Dolphy's Far Cry with Booker Little. This one, insane. I've been looking for a copy of this for so long. It's not an original. It's a mid, you know, like that mid 60s Blue Trident label. This sounds amazing. It plays, it's VG. I would say it's VG. There are some hairlines and there is some surface noise, but it plays really well. I have on my turntable like a Pickering V15, and then the stylus is a a DAT or DAT2 stylus, and I track that one at 4, I think 3.5 grams. I think it tracks anywhere from like 2 to 5, and typically like on my other turntable I track it at 5. This turntable doesn't track that high, so I'm probably gonna have to upgrade this one sooner or later, but for now it works. But yeah, that one I track at 5 grams. Oh, I track up to 3.5, my bad, on this one. And it bypasses a lot of the surface noise. It kind of reduces the amount of surface noise by probably like at least like 50%, honestly. Like it's not as bad, it's not as distracting, and this one's a really good title. If I ever get this, I'll probably upgrade the disc, but I don't think I'll upgrade anything else, to be honest with you. Probably my forever copy. I can't see myself picking up an original. Ryan, I think Ryan sent me this just because he picked up the Analog Productions copy or reissue that just dropped, and he's like, hey, I think your system might play this. This might play better on your system, so let me know how it sounds. And I played it, and it sounded amazing. But yeah, the cover is in the shrink. I'm kind of indifferent. I don't know if I want to keep the shrink on it or not. Obviously, it's kind of cool, but it is kind of like loose. So maybe I might like move it off and then like fold it instead of ripping it off. But yeah, very happy with this one. Eric Dolphy's on it, obviously Booker Little. Sorry, my bad. And then obviously Ron Carter, Roy Haynes, and then Jackie Biard's on this, and he's a pianist I've been getting into a lot. I know he's on Sam Rivers' Fuchsia Swing Song. I have some of his other stuff on Prestige, but yeah, really, really nice. Very happy with this one. So thank you for throwing this one in, Ryan. Really appreciate it. And then this next one, or the last one from Ryan, is honestly, I think this might be top 3 finds of the year for me. It's not the most expensive thing I purchase, and it's not the rarest thing, but I think it's one of those I just play all the time. Ever since I got it, I've been playing it nonstop, and it is Dexter Gordon's Go. As you guys can see, it's immaculate shape. The cover, if you guys are into watches, you guys will understand the term tropical dial. It's basically when like a white dial on an older watch sort of patinas, and it turns into like this. It can turn into like a yellow, a brown, like an off-white, just from like the sunlight and years of use. But this kind of reminds me of this one. I have I had the Classic Series reissue, and that one's white. This one's like a really cool cream color, like an off-white color. The cover is absolutely immaculate. There's a slight like crease right there if you can see down the middle, but other than that, this thing is crisp. This probably will be my forever copy. It's an earless, so it has like New York, USA labels on both sides. I'll go ahead and show you guys because the wax is super clean. But yeah, the wax, you can see my tripod in the back in my front yard, but super clean, like not a single mark on here. Has Van Gelder in the dead wax, but no ear. So original jacket, but Liberty era disc. So this one's killer. I was interested in picking up maybe an original of this, but honestly, this is getting expensive. Dexter Gordon and Joe Henderson, two tenor players. Their records have been going crazy, stupid money on eBay. Like their Blue Note discography is crazy. And this one is probably one of my favorites from Dexter Gordon. Has Sonny Clark on it, Butch Warren, Billy Higgins, so nice quartet. I've been actually using this to demo my system. So I got a new system, as you guys can see, over the past maybe 3 months now. And I had some friends come over, and they're always talking about, yo, I know you're into like jazz, and like I wanted to demo my system to them, so I used this record, which is kind of cool. I had a friend, and she wanted to listen to it, so I told her to sit down on the couch and just close your eyes and just try to like picture where the musicians are, and like, you know, she can point out where Dexter was, you know, where Sonny Clark was, and it was super cool. And she kind of understood like the meaning of like what a soundstage is, and she kind of like, you know, understood, and she thought it was super cool. So yeah, I've been using that record to demo my system a lot. And the last record I'll show today is another one from a friend. So this entire video is just like stuff that my friends hooked me up with, but this one right here is from my friend James, also known as Jazz and Wasmo. So Jazz_and_Wasmo. His selling page is Glass Bead Records. So James, I know James through Instagram, obviously, and it was cool because he actually ended up his parents lived like maybe like 10 minutes away from my parents, but his family moved from California to Florida, and so, you know, we never got to really hang out, got to kick it, but him and I still keep in touch. He's someone that I admire a lot, and he actually just opened up, he opened up a record store. He's a part of a record store as a vendor, and it's him and the owner right now, so it's super cool. So check out his channel. If you guys are in the, you know, Florida area, hit him up. He's awesome. And he actually had this record, and it was sitting for a while. I reached out and I was like, hey, do you still have this record? He's like, yeah, of course. You know, if you're interested in buying it, let me know. I'll, you know, give you a discount, you know, friends and family discount. So he cut I think he gave me like 20 to 30% off, which is great. And it was he shipped it mid-September, and it finally got here yesterday, and it's October 11th. So it came out October 10th. There were some issues with his USPS and as well as mine when it got here in San Diego. There were some issues, but it all worked out and it came in one piece. But this right here is Larry Young's Unity. Larry Young, Woody Shaw, Joe Henderson, Elvin Jones. This is a stereo press, so another earless. It's an earless stereo. So this is like transitioning into Liberty, but this is an amazing, amazing album. It's a mood setter for sure. Honestly, Larry Young stuff is great. I know I want to dive into his later stuff, so Mothership, but Unity into something amazing. So I'm very, very, very happy to finally get this. He said it was solid VG all around. And like from looking at it, I would agree, but like playing it, it sounds so good. It plays so good. Woody Shaw and Joe Henderson on this album are amazing. Woody Shaw drives insanely hard. I am on the lookout for, I think it's Moon Train, I think that's the title. That album on Muse. That's the album that Woody Shaw had, or one of them on Muse. I have a few of his other ones, but that's the one I'm looking out for. But very happy to finally get this. I've been waiting for like almost a month now, but yeah, those are the records I picked up. So very happy. I know this is kind of like a longer video, but I want to thank everyone who watches my videos. You guys are amazing. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I've been loving the engagement on my comment section on both Instagram and YouTube. Everyone's like been awesome. I love the community. You know, the fall season's coming up, so, you know, that means, you know, more time for jazz. You know, I'm playing a lot of records. But yeah, that's basically it. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna clean some records. I'm gonna listen to some records right now. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.